What's going on, Chris? Hey, Tim, how you doing, buddy? I was gonna go sit in the tree stand tonight, and for some reason I changed my mind. Figured I'd come out here do a little fishing, but I don't know how that's gonna pan out. So I might have made the wrong choice. Chris, I went to a different spot earlier. I was there probably, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes with nothing to show for it. So I decided to come over here to the other side of the lake, and I just got here. I cast it out once. Very first cast, snagged up, broke off. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live, hang out with my friends a little bit, do some chatting, keep my mind off being frustrated. Yeah, I'm a really wrong choice. Should have went hunting. There's a bunch of fish activity out here. I've seen a bunch of, I mean, I don't know, it's something small, crappie or bass, something like that, and they're busting the surface of the water out here all over the place. But I got one pole sitting out here with a crappie rig, little, I think it's a 1/8 ounce jig on bottom, 2 minnows on top of that, and then I'm just casting out a white rooster tail, but they're not like either one of those. You can still do both. Yeah, I might. I don't know. we got. I got in the woods yesterday at about 4:15, which is in about 45 minutes. So I'd pretty much have to leave here right now to get out there, but I don't know. I'm gonna do some deer hunting tomorrow night, so I might just go ahead and sit out here and fish tonight a little bit. What's going on, Mike? Sitting out here killing time, buddy. I was hoping the crappie gonna be a little bit shallower, but I don't know. They're not over here. My first choice in spots is kind of caddy corner over here across from me, and there was all kinds of people over there. So maybe they are biting over there. I don't know, but regardless, there wasn't enough room for me. So no, Tim. Well, for coyote you can, but as far as deer goes, the legal shooting light is a half an hour after sunrise. I mean sunset. So, oh, missed a little bite there. But yeah, with our sunrise right now after the time change, I think legal shooting light would be over at like probably about 6:15, something like that. Last night I went out and I didn't see anything for the first 2 hours, or no, so not the first 2 hours. I'm sorry, for about the first hour, and I kind of thought that was how I was going to go for the night. And then all of a sudden I looked up and there were two doe, and I was sitting there watching them, and they hung out for about a half an hour. And then right before dark, I was just barely to the point I could still see them. Two more doe came in behind them, and they all four crossed from where they were, where I was sitting about, I don't know, 9 o'clock, and came in this way. And then probably about 5 minutes later, a little 8-pointer was following them. But where I'm hunting, we only have one deer tag this year. So I've got a pretty nice 11-pointer on camera. I'm kind of waiting out for him. And that 8-pointer was young. He wasn't very big. So plus he didn't give me the best shot. But first sit of the year, excuse me, I'm seeing deer, so I can't complain too much. What's going on, fishing Louisiana? Finally changing that line on the seekers. It's about time, man. Be able to cast a little further now. That 50-pound doesn't give you much casting distance. I'm kind of running into the same problem on this reel I'm using right now. I just missed a nice one. Maybe not. Yep. Wasn't paying attention. See, I still got a minnow on here. Nope. Took my minnow. Hang on a minute. That was a big hit. That might have been a bass. Dang it. I'm going to set this down to go back to what I was talking about. I'm going to get hit again. But anyway, this reel I'm using right here, I just, easy little cast with a rooster tail, and I probably have 20 more feet of line on there. I put 10-pound on there. Probably should have used like 5 or 8. What rod am I using? So this one right here I'm casting with is a 6-foot medium Shakespeare Durango from Walmart. I bought it to creek fish with this summer with one of my buddies, and when I showed up, he was like, "Here, man, just use this one." Because I catfish more than anything. I don't know if you're new to the channel or not. I know it's the first time I remember seeing your name, but I catfish more than anything. So when I showed up this little rod, he started laughing at me. But I figured it'd be a good little bank rod to cast a rooster tail with today. And then I just caught a lily pad. And then the rod that I've got the triple rig on is a I don't know why I can't think of it right now. I'm gonna have to look at that one too. Oh, that's right. It's a whooping stick, I believe, from Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's, one of the two. But this is what I use crappie fishing on my boat when I'm not spider rigging. When I'm spider rigging, I've got 16-foot Bass Pro Shop tight line specials. I crappie fish like a catfish. What's that? Better than you? I'm just kidding. We should have went catfishing today, Chris. Yeah, whooping stick. Looks like Murillo knows what I'm talking about. I never realized when I used to use these rods all the time how how heavy they were, how heavy of an action. I mean, it's a stiff rod, but after using those tight line specials and then coming back to this, it's a heavy duty rod. There's fish jumping all over out here, but they don't like minnows or rooster tails apparently. What's going on, fin seeker? Yeah, this one right here is a 9-foot medium heavy, I believe, and it is a broomstick. I mean, it's a big, thick, heavy rod. Those catfish rods are heavy. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Does whooping stick make a catfish rod? I just had a bass come and hit my line. You guys are going tomorrow? I'm going pheasant hunting in the morning. Tomorrow's opening day of pheasant, so that's where I'm gonna be for the first couple hours of the day. I'm gonna try to record it, but I don't know how it's gonna work. And there's one guy I watch on YouTube that pheasant hunts, and he carries a backpack, and he has a little uh, camera mount that's built out of PVC pipe that he puts in his backpack, and the camera sits on it over his shoulder, and it's pretty good. But I don't have a dog right now, so I pheasant hunt with my buddies every once in a while. So I don't know if it'd be worth building that mount or not. So I'm probably just going to try to film with a chest mount tomorrow and see how it goes. I'll be on the Ohio River tomorrow too. I think they're going to a local lake, but they might go to the river. I don't know. They've been talking about it. I feel out of place on the bank, man. I hate it, to be honest with you. But I'll try to come out here, relax a little bit, wet a line, maybe catch some crappie. So far, nothing. I was gonna go straight across here, basically behind you guys. There's a little rock point that comes out. Oh my goodness! Here we go. I was not expecting that. It just came out of nowhere and hammered this rooster tail. Hammer time, yeah. I can imagine looking at my face when that thing hit. I wasn't really expecting it. I should probably keep him for bait, but I don't know. I might let him go. That was amazing. Yeah, he slammed it. It's the reason I hate using spinning reels. This little knob always wants to come loose on me. About lost my handle. I don't know. I was gonna keep him for bait, but I didn't want to throw him back. Was just in Kentucky with Norm, and he loaded everyone up in the car. I jumped out. Can't tell. Everybody's live, huh, Mike? I've never been catfish fishing. I mostly fish bait. Are speckled trout and redfish both saltwater fish? I know down south uh, on TV, I watch you guys catching redfish all the time, but I don't know about speckled trout. You use tight lock on your handles. I need to start doing that. Like I was saying there a minute ago, I catfish more than anything, and I use bait casters, so I don't have to worry about it. Your reaction and face was epic. Yeah, I mean it was crazy. Like I don't know if I felt it or saw it at first, but like my rooster tail was just kind of falling down, and I happened to look down, and I seen it get smacked. Those white bass are fun to catch. They fight hard. Um, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and rewatch it. It's a live day today. Yeah, I know, Mike. I was watching Mark earlier, and he brought Dockery, or yeah, he brought Dockery onto his channel, and I was trying to watch them, but I was also trying to get ready to come out here. So I watched them for a little bit. I got something to eat. Just now made it down here, but your voice gets all deep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that. Yeah, those are both saltwater fish. That's cool, man. Why don't you do any catfishing? Is it just not good catfishing around you, or not something you're into, or what? Yeah, that was great. You stopped me. Yeah, I didn't know what I was talking about when that fish hit. Lost all train of thought. I can't believe he's right here in the rocks like this. He uh he only hit it in probably, I mean, it drops off right there a little bit, but I'd say a foot, maybe 2 foot of water at the most. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't really like to eat them either. I just fish for them for fun. So I see where you're coming from 100% on that one. People ask me all the time, or not really ask me all the time, but something about me catfishing will come up and they'll say something about dinner. I'm like, no, I'll let them go. And they're like, what? You're stupid. But I don't know. It's not that they're not good. I mean, I tried them once and wasn't a big fan of them around here. Uh, but I was down in Mississippi doing some crappie fishing probably about a month ago, and we were at a little barbecue restaurant, and they had catfish, and my girlfriend got it, and I tried it, and let's just say it's a good thing I don't know how that they made it because I'd probably eat a lot more of it. It was good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Got something playing with my bobber out here on this other rod. Take it. I hope that wind's not too bad, guys. I think he's gonna take it. Take our minis. Something hit it and tangled us all up. Another big fish just swirled out there too. Yeah, I don't even know how most people make catfish. Uh, I would assume fried, but I don't really know. Like I said, I just do it for sport and let them go. So I want to catch whatever was swirling out there when I was rebaiting the other rod. I don't know what it was, but it made a big swirl. Nice bass. Thanks, man. Hey, I was watching some of our footage from Tuesday or yesterday. Whenever we went fishing last, I was watching our footage, and where we caught those 3 catfish in probably about 2.5, 3 minutes. It's some pretty good footage. It's gonna make a pretty good video. You guys are gonna make me put a bimini top on my boat so I can use that clamp. I like that new camera angle. Wow. Something huge just came up over there. That had to have been a carp or a catfish. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm pretty excited about it. It shouldn't take me too long to edit since, all the action came in about 5 minutes on that trip, except for the two that you and your brother caught earlier in the morning. That's it. Yeah, I might have to. I don't know. I haven't even really looked at my boat a whole lot here lately. My truck being in the body shop, but they told me 3 or 4 days. I dropped it off Monday morning, so I should have it back probably by this weekend. I'm hoping get to take my boat out again, do some fishing. A little bite there. I should probably change this rooster tail out. Really, when I was fishing earlier before I moved spots, I ended up getting it snagged and I broke the hook trying to get it unsnagged. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, I might have changed it out. I just missed another fish right there at the bank. See if we can't get a bite again. I don't know why these fish keep hitting right next to my bobber, but not hitting my hooks. I appreciate it. I always have fun fishing with you guys. It's always an adventure to say the least. What's going on, Brandon? We caught a white bass. I don't know, probably 15 minutes ago, something like that, 10 minutes ago. But nothing since then. Missed a few bites. Did you guys catch anything last time you fished Rocky Fork, Brandon? Yum, crappie, I wish. I've caught one white bass and that's it. I turned my sound off. I don't know why these notifications keep coming through. Yeah, the spot I wanted to go to, there was probably, well, there still is, like 7 or 8 people over there. So I figured I'd come over here and just kind of relax a little bit. Like I was saying when I first got on here, very first cast over here, I snagged up. I was all aggravated. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live and hang out with everybody. So I moved up a little bit better. Then we got that fish, and that kind of helped out a little bit. But you drug the shallow end, no luck. Yeah, I was fishing with Chris that day. I think I was snagged. I don't know. But I was fishing with Chris that day, and when we left, when we were on the water, I saw you guys post on Facebook that you were fishing, but you didn't say where. And then we got back to the parking lot, and I saw a Toyota sitting there. I was like, I think that's Brandon and Betty. But we didn't do very good that day. Actually, the day that I'm talking about was Saturday, and that's the video I should put up today. So I ended up catching like 5 fish, a bunch of small ones. Sounds like there's a deer right over here. I'm pretty sure. Never mind, it's a squirrel. We haven't had any luck throwing netting for bait, but we haven't really been trying that long either. I guess that last trip Tuesday, we tried for a good minute, but yeah, it's a squirrel. Yeah, we've been having decent luck on the deep end. I'm used to fishing the shallow end, but I don't know if it's because they've been dredging down there or what it is. But I don't know. Probably the last year and a half, 2 years, I haven't done any good down there to shallow end. Well, that's probably what the problem is. We're on the wrong end. We're marking shad. We just can't get the throw net's down deep enough to get where they're at. But we couldn't find any fish Tuesday for a long time. Then we went live, anchored up for a minute, didn't catch anything. Moved over to a different spot, ended up catching two. Then we went probably 2 or 3 hours, Chris, without catching anything. And then I doubled up with a 12-pounder, 12 or 13, somewhere right in the middle there, and probably a 6-pounder. And then right after we got those released, Chris caught an 11. So they're definitely slow right now. These fish are going crazy on top of the water right now, but they don't want the old rooster tail. All all restrung, ready to go. Oh yeah, we mark all kinds of fish, but there's. I guess I lied. We did mark quite a bit of bait, and we saw some bait up on top of the water, but it was all those 2-inch shad that I don't know. I hate using. Yeah, I'm at the secret lake. Yeah, we did catch two on the shallow end. That's right. We were kind of right in the middle of the lake, weren't we? Throw a top water. I don't know if I have one. I used to carry one tackle box, well, tackle bag. It was a big old duffel bag, had everything in it that I needed for every species, and it weighed about 70 pounds. And I found out, well, Shelby taught me how to carrying that because every time she'd go to pick it up and bring it to me or something, she'd be like, "You need to quit carrying this thing. It weighs too much." Blah blah. And she's probably right. I didn't use half the stuff, so I broke it down into species specific tackle boxes. So I don't have anything bass related with me right now, and therefore no top water. But I guess I could just burn this rooster tail across the top of the water and see what happens. I think that minnow just got hit. I need to stop paying so much attention to this rooster tail. Pay more attention to this one. It's getting hit. I'm not ready for it. Ouch. Hooked myself. Yeah, dead smack in the middle. That's what I thought. I don't fish that lake enough to really know where we were at. I mean, I know where we were at, but I don't know geographically how close to the middle of the lake we were. What's going on, outdoor addiction? Yeah, that's how I used to be. I'd carry everything I owned, and I mean, I bet it seriously did weigh 60, 70 pounds. It was heavy, and that was back when I used to bank fish a lot. So, uh, I was lugging it everywhere, and it just, I mean, it wasn't fun. But like you said, I was prepared. I always had everything I needed, and I don't know. I guess what kind of changed that was being on the boat. It's a little more easy to go target. What you're setting out to target. Whereas on the bank, you kind of do have to be prepared for everything. Um, but Yeah, I haven't crappie fished off the bank in a long time, so this is foreign for me anyway. I've been drifting for them and spider rigging here lately, and I'll tell you, spider rigging. I don't know. We did it down in Mississippi, but it's hard because if you're not paying, I mean, they're quick. They're quick down there, and if you don't grab them as soon as they hit that pole, you're not going to get them because they're going to get off. Little guy this time. But if you're not ready for them when they hit, they're going to get off. Oh, I know. When me and Roger went to Paint Creek, but you got to think too. I'm used to fishing with people that don't fish themselves usually, or don't catfish anyway. So usually I bring everything that I usually bring. They use my gear, my rods, all that stuff. So Roger was, I think, the first person that I've fished with that really is a hardcore catfisherman. And I met him at the ramp, and he started loading stuff in my boat. I was like, buddy, that we need some room for us still, right? Fish, yeah, little guy. That first white bass we caught was a little bit bigger than that. You talking about sickle hooks? I was gonna show you my tackle box, but it's in the truck still. I don't even have it. But if you're talking about, yeah, sickle, I've used them before. I've got them on some jig heads. I don't know if they make them just as a bare hook or not. If they have, I've never tried them. But on jig heads, I've had some pretty good luck with them. I don't know if I could really say there's a better hookup rate, but I did have some pretty good luck with them. That's what I was using. I think you were watching the live feed when we were down in Mississippi. All the ones you saw me catch on a jig, those had sickle hooks on them. Because when I ordered those, I ordered them with sickle hooks just to try them, and I ordered those jig heads specifically to go down there. So they were 1/4 ounce, and I wanted to use the biggest bait I could. So that's the only jig heads I used when I was down there. Everything else was size 2, I think it was, hooks. He overfills our boat too. Yeah, I don't know. Roger's a good guy. We had fun. We struggled to find fish that day though. It was crazy, but it was a good time. That's 2. Yep. I was hoping there was gonna be a little bit better action tonight, but I'll take what I can get. Just missed a little bite right there. Yeah, that's kind of how it is here too. And sometimes I've noticed it's almost like a swim by in packs, and it'll be nonstop for a minute, and then it'll be dead. Then it'll be nonstop, and that's what I mean. That's with everything: catfish, crappie. whatever. I just kind of noticed that. But usually once it hits fall, I don't really crappie fish or, you know, small game fish, whatever you want to call it. So this is all kind of new to me. But oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm usually always giving everybody a hard time. But I've been needing to shoot you a message and check on him, but I haven't yet. I saw a post on Facebook or whatever said that it's pretty rough in their household right now. So I don't really want to bother him. Usually when I'm sick, I just want to lay in bed, covered up with blankets, and sleep. Brandon, that's what everybody tells me. I've got one buddy that I've been trying to get out fishing with for probably a month or so now, and we never have made it out yet. But he tells me the same thing. He tells me that right now, uh, pretty much through January last year, he was tearing a crappie up at Deer Creek. So me and him's going to have to get out and do some fishing, but we just haven't been able to find a time to meet up yet. So I might do a little more crappie fishing this year than I have in the past over the winter. I don't care what it is, man. If they're biting, I'll go catch them. I don't care. What's going on, Garrett? Getting new rigs tied on for the weekend. What are you fishing for? Catfish? Get some smokes and start supper. I'm sure between your Facebook and Brandon's, I'll see a dinner post here for too long. Garrett, the crappie bite is currently non-existent. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've got a crappie rig, triple rig over here on this pole to my left, and it's got hit. I can't remember now, 2 or 3 times. But I'm over here throwing this rooster tail, catching white bass, and I've missed all 3 of them. So, need to spit the hook on that one. But I've missed all 3 of the potential crappie bites. So they could be biting a little bit, but I really can't tell you because like I said I've missed them all. So we caught them clear up till June. Yeah. Um, April and May was some of the best catfishing I've done this year. So I can't say I'll be crappie fishing until June, but definitely January, February, I'm gonna be crappie fishing this year. Fall's the best fishing period here. The water temp gets so hot. Oh, I can imagine. When it gets hot out here, it's hard to find anything. But you log your hours and you're going to catch stuff. You know, I don't care where you're at or what you're fishing for. Think they're still deeper. I've seen on Facebook, which I know you can't believe everything on there, but I've seen on there where everybody's saying they've been catching them, you know, 10 to 12 feet. And I've also seen people saying they're catching them 5 to 6 feet. So I don't really know. I mean, I would say they probably are deeper a little bit, but I don't know. Like I was saying a minute ago, I don't crappie fish enough in the fall or winter to really know what they do yet. But where everybody tells me they move up shallow again here in the winter. So last time I went out, I think the water temp was like 54. So I guess we will see. Yeah, I don't really in the past. I've hunted quite a bit in the fall, and I don't know. I mean, I like hunting, but it's just not the same as fishing for me. So I've kind of made a decision this year that I'm gonna go ahead and keep fishing. I mean, I'm hunting a little bit. Like I went hunting uh, yesterday, saw some deer moving pretty good. Not the one I'm after. I was gonna go tonight, but I ended up coming out here instead. But there's a car just sitting here looking at me. It's kind of weird. They're like halfway up this hill, just parked. But I forget what I was saying now. Something about crappie fishing in the fall and how I don't do it. So yeah, it's a new experience for me. But um, I mean, you just saw Brandon talking about it. One of my other buddies was talking about it before, and everybody says they bite good in the winter. So we're gonna find out. 54 is freezing here. Yeah, I bet it is. According to my phone, it's 64 here right now. Maybe it's a YouTube fan watching you. I'm gonna doubt it, but maybe. I've met a few people out here on the water that follow along the channel. Actually, the comment right above you, Slime Action. Me and him met one night fishing, and we've been fishing together a few times since. So it's a pretty cool thing. 76 there right now. Yeah, our weather's been weird, man. Uh, Last week, I think it snowed, not very much, but we had some snow flurries, and it was down in the 30s. And then yesterday it was pretty warm. Like I said, right now it's 64. My phone's a little slow, so I'm gonna guess that's probably a little high from what it actually is right now. That was probably a couple hours ago. But yeah, this weekend's supposed to be pretty nice. 70s the next 5 days. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking when I was fishing that last spot over across the lake. These two ladies came in and they were across this little cove from me, and they sat down and started fishing. But you know how voices travel on the water, and I could hear every word they were saying. And they were talking. They were talking about how nice it was supposed to be next weekend. They were saying it's supposed to be in the 70s. So that's awesome, man. I don't know if you watched Combat Carl. He catfishes, but I saw he did that one day. I've never done that exact thing, but I've met people, on Facebook or whatever, and we'll just get talking somehow or another and end up going fishing together. But yeah, it's I mean, if you're fishing, you're constantly meeting new people, whether you're just talking to them on the water or whatever. YouTube, Facebook, and no rain till Tuesday. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people that you meet on Facebook and going fishing and rain. Me and this one guy, Started talking on Facebook. Oh. Didn't miss him this time, but it is tiny. Another white bass on the mini. Come on, buddy, open your mouth. You make me get pliers out, really? He wasn't coming off. I do not want to walk back to the vehicle for pliers for the smallest fish I've caught all day. Come on now. There you open your mouth. There we go. Little white bass. Still got our minnows. All right. I'm glad I caught that one first, not a bigger one. He was pulling drag and he was only about 2 inches long. All right. Yeah, I hope you catch him tomorrow, buddy. Oops. I used to do that a lot on the BOC site. I don't know what site you're talking about. Or I'm sure you're talking about Facebook, but or at the ramp, yeah. Yeah, that's where we end up meeting and we've been fishing quite a few times now because of that. Brandon said bait. I was gonna keep the first one I caught for bait. I decided not to. So then once I let him go, I was gonna keep the second one for bait, and I didn't. And then this one, I let go, and apparently where he was hooked, he didn't make it. So he's out here floating. So if I can snag him with his rooster tail, he is gonna be bait. Brotherhood of Catfishermen. I got you. Is that on Facebook or on the internet? Ah, I should probably change out rooster tails so I have all three hooks. I'd probably miss a lot less fish. We all meet up for breakfast somewhere. That's awesome, man. Shoot me a message if you want. I'm gonna check that out. Good friends now too. Now don't go exaggerating. Oh, I got you. Everybody probably went to Facebook. I'd imagine those internet chat forums or whatever you want to call them, kind of a thing of the past now with Facebook. You guys know I don't snag my fish. Spent 10 minutes trying to get this bass 5 feet in front of me. Some still go on. I see how it is. I was gonna give you a hard time, man. Come on, fish. If you're gonna die, at least die for a reason. What's going on, Brandon? Out here doing a little fishing. The post says crappie, but we've caught 3 white bass so far. Need to go there and change that. Ace, what's going on, buddy? Ace, I was trying to watch your live stream yesterday from the tree stand, and probably about, I don't know, 10 minutes in, I had a couple of deer walk in, so I had to put it away, and they didn't leave until after dark. I was I was stuck in the tree stand probably 45 minutes after I could see it, waiting on them to leave. Sipping on margaritas. If I wasn't on state ground, you had to bring me one. All right, man. Like anything worth talking about, I'll let you know. I probably won't be on here too much longer. Probably just till it gets dark and I can't see. I doubt I can get my light out, but we'll see. If they start biting better or something, I might. In Gatlinburg right now, yeah, that's a pretty long haul to bring me a margarita. Head back out here a bit to hit some moonshine. There you go. Took the catfish poles down there with you, Brandon? Or are you just hanging out on vacation? Yeah, Brandon, I've caught I can't remember now. I think it's 3 white bass. I'm trying to think. Yeah, 3 white bass. The last one I caught, I've been trying to snag and get it back. I'm gonna keep it for bait. It swallowed the hook. I was trying to get it out, and I mean it was still alive and well when I let go of it, but when it hit the water, kind of went belly up. So I've been trying to snag it so I can use it for bait, because if it's going to die, I don't want to just waste it. But I bumped it a few times with rooster tail trying to bring it back in, and I haven't quite got where I can get it yet. But yeah, there's some good fishing down there, Garrett, for sure. I see a bunch of them guys fishing the Tennessee River. It makes me a little jealous. Real good fishery down there. What's going on, Chad? There we go. I can finally get this white bass now. Take him home, throw him on ice in the cooler. All right, man. Awesome. I appreciate it. And good luck tomorrow. I'm here to kick Grunk. Sounds like you're doing a pretty good job, man. I liked catching that white bass like at first when it was pretty good. It slammed it too. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch my reaction. Everybody said it was pretty good because the bite's been pretty slow, and wasn't really catching anything. So I was kind of getting down on myself a little bit, and really wasn't expecting it. And all of a sudden, it was probably, I don't know, I can't remember now. Probably an 8-inch white bass, something like that, 8 or 9 inch white bass, and he slammed on his light little tackle, and everybody said my reaction was priceless. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. All right, man. We'll see you, Garrett. Thanks for stopping by. What's going on, James Dockery? How'd the James Dockery and Catfish and Crappie one-on-one fish off go today, James? Oh, yeah. I've caught 3 white bass. The first one was pretty big. It was probably 8 or 9 inches, something like that. And then the second one was pretty small, and the last one was pretty small too. I was gonna start keeping them for bait, and I decided not to. But when I let the third one go, after it swallowed the hook, it ended up dying. So I snagged it, and I ended up keeping it for bait. So this is about how big the second two were. But the first one was a lot bigger than that. It was probably about twice that size, maybe even a little bit bigger. You're not going to talk about it, huh? I started watching it. I was actually getting ready to come here and do some fishing when you guys went live. So I started watching that for a little bit. And then Shelby called and asked if I wanted anything from lunch. She was come home from work for lunch. So I stayed at the house and ate lunch with her, and then went and got minnows at the bait shop. And then I went to the first spot I was wanting to fish, and there were people there. I went to the second spot that I was wanting to fish, and the dredge was like 20 feet from there running full bore. So I was like, okay, no fish are going to be right here. And I went to the third spot. I stayed about 30 minutes, something like that, 40 minutes. Nothing. So I came over here, and the very first cast I got snagged. And I was getting so frustrated. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live, hang out with everybody, and talk a little bit, and get my head right here. And I started catching fish. So I'll be back. Time for moonshine. Good looking fish. Yeah, I was gonna throw it back, like I said, but it ended up bellying up on me about 5 feet out. So I was like, well, I'll snag it and keep it for bait. If it's gonna die, I might as well let it die for a purpose. Ooh, that's the same place that first one hit. I mean, 2 foot off the bank, and I wasn't ready for him. The first one that hit right there was a lot bigger though. That one was probably about the size I just showed on the screen. But we'll take the action. Doctor got 25 nice trout to mark 0 fish. Uh oh. Is that why I haven't seen Mark on here? Has he been pouting somewhere? If I miss one more fish on this rooster tail, I'm gonna change it out. I broke a hook on this thing at the last spot, snagged up, and I just missed 2 fish on it now. So if I miss another one, I'm gonna change it out. I'm watching these white bass bust top of the water over here. I might have to speed my retrieve up a little bit. Mark's out getting food. That's probably what I'm gonna do here in a little bit. I don't know if you were on here or not a minute ago. I was saying about dark, I'll probably jump off here and go get something to eat, but the bite pick stuff might stay. We'll see. They're jumping everywhere. There's not wanting the old rooster tail here. Look at that. You talk about him, he shows up. What's going on, Mark? I mean, no, we weren't just talking about you. Not at all. Getting groceries in a few, huh? I need to get some groceries myself. Being on vacation from work this week, I haven't really done much besides sit at the house and eat, edit videos, and fish. So our pantry is a little bit on the thin side, and I'm a little bit on the fat side. Scrolling up. Mark, I could be wrong, but I think Betty and Brandon got off here. If not, they're quiet. Same here. I can't help it, man. I just like food too much. I'm not picky either. My minnows haven't got hit in a minute. I might have to switch them over here on this side and start casting over where they're at, maybe. Switch things up a little bit. Oh, whoa, hey. Stepped on the tripod. Uh-oh, Ace. Here comes the smack talk after the smack talk. Dockery smoked you, huh? Does it even count though? Doesn't Dockery fish out of like fish tanks? No comment. I mean, trout. Where do they even have trout at? I mean, there we go. Another little white bass. They're ponds, just not very big ones. Fish pond. A little bit bigger. Whoa, about pulled my rod in half. Uh-oh, now the truth's coming out. As far as I know, they only stock trout in like one lake that's even anywhere close to me. And uh-oh, hang on, other poles going here. Missed him not paying attention again. And now I'm crossed up, I think, with my other rod. Oh boy. Now I've done it. All right, let's try this again. I'm all kinds of tangled up right now. The bob rat. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're situated. Not for. Your magic 8 ball lied to you, huh? All right, Mark. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm gonna try to get a mess of fish. I was hoping for some crappie, but looks like I'm gonna be getting. Looks like I'm bait fishing instead. All these white bass. All these more. What's going on, Kevin? I started out crappie fishing out here, but the white bass are coming through, so looks like we're bait fishing instead. The first big one I caught, I wasn't bait fishing yet, so I threw it back. Then I threw two more back, and one of those two died. So I grabbed it and I kept it for bait, and then I just caught this one probably about 5-10 minutes ago. Yeah, when the opportunity's there, man, that's for sure. Usually, I'm pretty much just a shad only guy when it comes to bait, but like I said, I was out here trying to get a little mess of crappie for whatever reason. I don't even eat them very often, but I felt like frying up some crappie tonight, so I thought I'd do some crappie fishing, and the white bass are coming through. So white bass is what we're fishing for. Whoops. Yeah, white bass does work good. I've just here recently started using it. Actually, that's what I was using for the couple tournament. Was white bass, but my thing is just between all my many hobbies, I don't have a whole lot of time to bait fish. So 95% of the time, I just go out, throw net a couple times, get some shad, and use them. So when I have some time, I do like to get some white bass. But other rod's going off. Like I missed that one. The main things you're fishing, absolutely. Still driving home from work. I'm on vacation this week. It's the only reason I've been able to fish so much. Normally, I'd be just getting home from work myself. But the way my work works on vacation is kind of a use it or lose it thing. So I figured I'd go ahead and use it while the weather was halfway decent. Will do, man. I'm gonna have to go back and hey, there's a no. I thought there was a fish on that one I just picked up. Must have been the bottom. But I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video of yours I just commented on where you were camping on the island. I watched probably almost about half of it. What about a 35-minute video or something? I watched like 15 minutes of it. And I had to get ready to come out here, so I'm gonna have to go finish that up. But it looked like a pretty good time. And I know while I was watching, you guys caught, I want to say 3 fish. I don't like where my bobber is. I can't even see it anymore hardly. Oh, we're getting hit again on it. I'll pick it up and it'll quit getting messed with. Watch. Yeah, it's not that I wanted to stop. It just I was wanting to get out here before it got too late. So, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back and finish it. Yeah, it looked like it. I've kind of thought about doing a video, something like that, where I camp out on my boat for a night, but I haven't got around to it yet. Now it's getting a little chilly, so I might wait till next year. But I don't blame you. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna go and get myself something to eat. So I appreciate the good luck, man. They're jumping out here like crazy right now. Just haven't got one in a minute. So, oh, there we go. Ah, he came off. Daggone it. All right, I lied. I missed one more, and I'm gonna change this rooster tail out for one that has all 3 hooks. My notifications are on silent. I don't know why that sound keeps coming through. Just got back from the store. Catch any more yet? I don't know exactly when you left, Mike, but we are up to 4. So, however many you left with, I want to say last time I saw you in here, we had 3. So I think there's only one more, but I could be wrong. Outdoors addiction, 4 so far. This is the last one right here. I caught it probably 20 minutes ago now. Oh, here we go. There we go. Didn't miss that one. This one isn't a perch or a crappie. I mean, a white bass or a crappie. I kind of gave it away. A little perch. I'm not exactly sure what the regulations are as far as keeping those on the size where I'm fishing. So I'm just going to throw him back just to play it safe. Catfish bait, Mike. Yep. I know you said you were gone, so I'll say what I just said again a minute ago. But I came out here trying for some crappie because for some reason I felt like eating some crappie tonight, even though I usually don't. And the white bass were hitting. So I ended up going for white bass. And now I was snagged after catching that perch. But that was pretty cool. There aren't a whole lot of those in here, I don't think. So kind of cool to catch one. I wish I had a little topwater bait. There's fish busting the surface of the water everywhere out here. But this rooster tail is getting the job done. And the weird thing is, when I reel it in fast, so it's just under the surface of the water, I don't get any bites. But when I reel it in slow, I let it sink down a little bit, I'm getting bites. I've caught, so let's see. I've caught 5 fish now. I can't remember what I just said a second ago. But all of them but 2 have come on the rooster tail. One little white bass, and then that perch just came on the. Oh! Missed him. They'll eat too. Absolutely, Lyle. Every time I go up to Lake Erie, do some catfishing, I always got to stop by and get some perch and walleye. But like I said, I don't know what the rules and regulations are for keeping them out of this lake because there's not very many in here. So I never really paid too much attention to it. I've been fishing this lake right here since I was a kid. It's the closest one to my house. And that's only the 4th perch I've ever caught out of here. So, but these crappie or bass, whatever they are, on this bobber pole, they're quick. If I don't get to it as soon as they hit it, they're off. Imagine that, the calmest day that I've fished in a long time, and I'm on the bank. I'm not even on the boat. Try to give you guys a better view, but it's not going to happen. The bank I'm sitting on is not that flat. Oh, absolutely, Mike. The only downside to this versus being on the boat is I haven't bank fished very much in the last 10 years, probably. At least the last 5. since I got my boat set up how I want to. I've been doing a lot of boat fishing. But the other downside, this 5-gallon bucket is nowhere near as comfortable as my Millennium boat seats. I want to stand up and fish for a minute, but I know as soon as I do, that bobber rod will get hit. And there's no way I'll get to it in time from standing up. I can barely get to it in time sometimes from sitting down. There's a fish jumping right next to my rooster tail. Oh, here we go. Okay, that time I might have snagged my own line. Yeah, that's what happened for sure on that one. That's why I bought a breakdown director chair. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm sure that's got to be a lot more comfortable than this does. See if we lost any minnows on that one. No? Get away from the lily pad. Sun's wanting to go down any minute. It'd be nice to get a couple more fish here real quick before it gets too dark, but we'll see. Can't see my bobber now where I cast it. Looks like everybody's leaving. I don't see one car over on the other bank now. Maybe one boat out on the lake. All right, I'm changing rooster tails. I just missed another one. Get my line untangled first. I got snagged up earlier when I was at a different spot trying to get my line free. Come on. I ended up breaking off one of the hooks on my treble hook for my rooster tail. I've missed probably 2 or 3 hits now, so I'm going to change it out real quick. Open the spool on this one so I don't come back to a pole gone. And I'll be right back. Oh, let's try this out. I can't complain. I'm pretty sure these rooster tails were like 97 cents or $1.97 or something at Walmart. Good old Ozark Trail brand. These hooks are a lot better. Just got one on my finger. All right, see how this works out. Ah, cast right in the lily pad. Caught some moss. I don't know. The sun going down looks like they might have turned off a little bit. See if we can't get one or two more real quick. Recast this one back out over here so I can cast in the middle again. Or if I missed a bite when I was changing out that rooster tail. Tube's missing a minnow on Thanks, Doctor. I need it. These last 20 minutes been rough trying to get a bite. Ah, lily pad. Might be tying another rooster tail on just that fast. That one's hooked up pretty good. Mm. This 10-pound line's tough right now. If I had a big fish on here, I bet it wouldn't be so tough. Pretty sure he's pulled the lily pad out of the ground. Big old lily pad. Boat's full and found 6 poles in the boat you forgot about, huh? Son of a gun. I found my hook. Not the way I wanted to. So Louisiana, what are you heading out after for tomorrow? After for what are you heading out after tomorrow? That sounds better. speckled trout and redfish. Is that something you can kind of target at the same time? Oh, that's gotta be in our lily pad. Daggone it. These lily pads, I'm assuming, are starting to die, and I'm trying to cast right, to the weed line or whatever you want to call it. But there must be some that are already dead or under the water or something because I keep catching them. I'm pretty sure that's what I got right now too. Is another dead lily pad. I don't know. This one might be a fish. It's pulling. There's no way. I don't think it's not even fighting. Nope. Stick. But did manage to get right in my other line. Daggone. All right, maybe I'll stay about 5 feet back from the lily pad. Maybe we won't catch one this time. Yes, sir. Last trip, I got speckled trout, bass, redfish, sheephead, and a stingray all in the same hole. Wow, that's awesome. So we're talking about bass. You talking about like largemouth, or what are you talking about there? Let's go on, half crazy. Excuse me. Oh, just out here doing some fishing. I know everybody else is probably getting tired of hearing it, but I started out crappie fishing, and the white bass were hitting. So I caught a few, and the third one I caught, I released it, and it started dying. So I decided, well, might as well start keeping them for bait. So I've got 2 white bass for bait for this weekend, probably. I caught a perch, and I let it go. Just missed something right there. Probably another white bass the way it hit it. Maybe I should go back to the rooster tail I had on. Only had 2 hooks. It's the one that's caught a fish so far. Well, I lied. I caught 2 fish on minnows, but that rod's been dead here lately. The last probably 20-30 minutes. I just watched something fall up right all the way here to the bank. Couldn't tell what it was. Looked like a white bass again, probably. And right threw right back into a snag. Come on now. There we go. There must be a bunch of down trees or something over here. I'm snagging everything. Hopefully that white bass that followed it back to the bank will hit it this time. Awesome, man. Oh, I just missed another one. I am about to go back to that 2 hook rig. The closest I've been down your way, I think you were on here earlier when I was talking about it. I think it's probably been 2 months now, back into September. Um, I came down, did some crappie fishing down in Mississippi at Enid Lake and Grenada Lake, but that's as close as I've been down your way. Something big just jumped over there, way out of my casting distance. That's awesome, man. Good luck to you. Tearing these lily pads up. Also tearing the skirt off his rooster tail. Nothing like fishing Louisiana. I've got a guy that I follow on YouTube that catfishes down there in Louisiana. Um, Creole Catfishing, I do believe, is the name of his channel, and he said there's some good fishing down that way too. But I don't know where these fish just went. Shut off. Creole Catfishing, yeah. What did I say, Chad? Something way off, probably. Yeah, yeah. They catch some good ones, that's for sure. How far does he fish from you? You have any idea? No way. I did something right. You kidding me? All the same waters. That's cool. Chad, I don't even want to hear it, man. The only thing good about Kentucky is I don't know. I guess nothing. The fact it keeps you out of Ohio, maybe. Everything's good about fishing or in Kentucky. I like the new channel name, D. All right, Mike. If I'm ever out that way, I'll hit you up. My drift socks right now are homemade, but I think my winter purchase for this year is going to be two nice, actual, you know, factory made drift socks or whatever you want to call them, store bought. Oh God, Chad. No, I have not heard about the trees on the Kentucky riverbanks. Go ahead and tell me your joke. I'm sure you got something. Catching more lily pads. You'll fly right past them. Yeah, it's not something we want to do. All right, I don't want to be one of those guys, but that sunset's pretty cool over there. No, it doesn't even do justice on the phone. Ah, come on, Chad. Let's hear a joke about these trees. If you hate on Ohio so much, why are you always fishing the Ohio River? I don't care who owns it. It's the Ohio River, not the Kentucky River. It's the Ohio River. And this is Lily Pad Lake. Because I just caught another one. Hey, money talks, Chad. I'll say anything. See if we broke a hook off this one or not. Yep. I guess that's what you get with cheap little Walmart rooster tails. 2 hooks. I'm telling you, that's the hardest fighting thing I've caught all day. Well, that's not where I wanted to cast. You can see my bobber over there. See if we can't catch another white bass here real quick. 16-knot circles. Jeez. I just fish for little channies where I'm at. Little channel cat. More than anything. So I use 5-aught. But I do have some 8-aught for when I get down to the river or get up to fish Hoover or something like that. There's some decent blues in there. Half crazy. You got any idea what time yet? Chad, yes and no. Um, I've got the idea in my head of how I'm gonna do it and where I'm gonna put it. I just haven't done it yet. I found a guy that was selling one brand new that was pretty much how I wanted to do mine. But I mean, by the time you factor in, the labor of him building it and what he paid for all his material and everything, it wasn't really going to be a good deal. And I didn't have the extra money to throw around. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the idea of building my own. But I just haven't done it yet. I think it might be my wintertime project. I mean, I'm still going to fish, but uh, I'll probably work on that over the winter and have it ready in the spring for some tournaments. But I think basically what I'm going to do is use a big cooler that I can walk on and lay it down beside my console. That way it's kind of out of the way. But if I need to, I can still stand on it to get across. I think that's about my best bet as far as live well goes, unless I put it on the front, which I have those Millennium seats there now. So that kind of gets rid of that idea. But 8/0 is my standard. Yeah, I use 5/0 for channels. I know a bunch of people that will use 8/0, and even some of them use 10/0 for channel. But I don't know. I've always used 5/0 and done really good with it. So that's what I stick with. Around 11 Central Time. That'll be cutting it close. I'm doing some pheasant hunting in the morning. Uh-oh. Looks like I froze up. Am I froze up or is that just on my end, guys? Somebody let me know in the comments. Or is my screen froze up? I don't know what just happened. Hey, Chad, shoot me a Facebook message if you can still hear me. There he goes. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if you guys can still hear me or. Oh, I'm good. Okay. All right. But anyway, half crazy. I will try to catch that live feed if I can. I'm gonna be doing some pheasant hunting in the morning. Tomorrow morning is our Ohio opener for pheasant. So if I'm back by the time you're on, or if you're still on by the time I get back, then I will definitely tune in. But I don't know how long I'm gonna be hunting for, so I'm not gonna make any promises. You're going pheasant hunting Saturday, or you're going. I hate these lily pads. Or you're going live Saturday. The bad part is I can't even see them. They're all underneath the water. I mean, there's a bunch that are above the water, but all the ones I've been catching are under the water, where I'm assuming they're dying off for the year or whatever. How many hooks we got left? One hook left. Oh boy. That's all right. I'm about ready to get off here anyway. It's getting dark. We haven't caught a fish in probably the last half hour, 45 minutes. So it's about that time. You're fishing live Saturday too? Okay. I'm probably going fishing myself Saturday. I don't know in the morning or the evening. But I'll tune into that one if I can. Chad, I hate you. All right. To be more specific for Chad, all the lily pads I'm snagging are under the water. I'm about love. It's a strong word. I know, man. Well, he's from Kentucky. What do you expect? Don't deny me. Really right. If you weren't from Kentucky, I might be able to say I love you, but I don't know. You're from Kentucky, man. That's at least you're not from Michigan. Michigan, I really couldn't do, huh? Ohio State and Michigan don't get along. Wisconsin, I don't have a problem with Wisconsin. I really don't have a problem with Michigan either. I don't watch a lot of college football because on Saturdays I'm usually fishing or something. So I will say that the Ohio State Michigan game is about the only college football game I watch every year. But I don't care enough to really get into all that. I guess really I don't hate Kentucky either. I just like giving Chad a hard time. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to jump off here. If you joined in late, I apologize for the lack of fish. I guess you should have been here earlier. I don't, um, I don't know. I think we caught, or I caught, I guess, by myself today, but I caught 5 or 6. I can't remember, but it's been dead for the last probably 45 minutes or so, and it's getting dark, and I don't have my nightlight. No, in all honesty, I'm gonna get off here and go get something to eat. And I'm assuming Chad, you still going live tonight? If you are, go ahead and post your link up here before I cancel out of here. We got 10 people. I don't know how many of them are regulars to your channel and how many of them aren't. So thanks, man. From what I've heard, my buddy that I'm going with, he took a youth hunter out last weekend or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. I can't remember what our youth season was, but he said it was so windy that if nobody fished, nobody went hunting. So he said there's still a bunch of birds out there, and they released more. They're probably releasing them right now, to be honest with you. Um, so we should see quite a few birds tomorrow. I'm gonna try and record it with my chest mount, but I don't know how it's gonna turn out. So if it turns out good, I'll throw it up on YouTube. If not, oh well. There you go. If you guys don't know Fishing with the Chad, um, I don't know who all's left in here. Unfortunately, that's the one bad thing about YouTube. I can't see who it is. But if you don't know Chad, him and James Dockery, who was in here earlier, are going live tonight. I don't know if they're going to have a guest or not. I'm sure it's blasted all over Facebook. I just haven't been on Facebook a whole lot today. But they usually go live for about an hour and hang out and talk a little bit. Sometimes fishing, sometimes nonsense, but it's always a good time. So If you're not familiar with his channel, check that out. I'm gonna throw one more cast out here and go find me something to eat. Nothing. See if these minnows have anything on it that I can't even see the bobber anymore. Nope. Going to check him out now. Cool. He goes live on occasion fishing as well. But they do more the live feed talk show kind of thing, talking about fishing and whatnot. I guess it's kind of his weekly thing, I should say. Real time catfishing. I appreciate it, buddy. All right, guys. Well, I'm jumping off here. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, chatting with me a little bit. You guys definitely made it less boring. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.